windows down, enjoying your time, with some Taylor Swift, got the head bump going. You get a text message, take one hand off the wheel, pick up your phone, and you go to look at it, and all of a sudden, you smack an oncoming car. Well, you probably injured yourself, any passengers you have in your car, the driver of the other car, and any passengers that they might have. And the best case scenario is that they're just injured. You probably killed them, and you just took away someone's life because you decided to text and drive. Texting and driving is my presentation today. What you will see, I have some facts and some stats, a video and some pictures, other choices you have instead of texting and driving, the argument of why texting and driving is acceptable, and I will conclude it. What is texting and driving? It's a visual, physical, and cognitive distraction. Visual because you are looking at your phone and not looking at the road. Physical because you physically have your hand on your phone and not on the wheel. And cognitive because you're not thinking about how you're driving, you're thinking about what you're sending in your text message. In 2011, at least 23% of accidents involve texting and driving, which actually came out to be 1.3 million accidents total. Each day in the United States, at least 9 people are killed due to texting and driving, and 1,060 people are injured, which actually comes out to be 3,285 deaths per year due to texting and driving. Sending or receiving a text takes about 4.6 seconds, and going at 55 miles an hour, you can travel the entire length of a football field blind. Now, for some of you, 4.6 seconds seems like a very small amount of time, but I will show you that it's not. So just give me a second. That was 4.6 seconds. You just traveled the entire distance of a football field looking at your phone and not at the road in that somewhat short to long amount of time. What can happen from texting and driving? The best case scenario is you can get a ticket. I'm from Illinois, so a maximum penalty would be $75, but here in Pennsylvania it would be a $140 ticket. And I know there's a couple people in here from New Jersey, so that would be a $400 ticket.
Yeah.
So let's say you're driving in Alaska and you decide to text and drive. It's a $10,000 ticket and a year in jail. Now I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to live in jail for a year and then pay $10,000 on top of that. I'm going to show you the worst case scenario. Now, this kind of has a little blood in it, so you can avert your eyes if you'd like.
It's on you. Yeah, right here.
Oh, gosh.
You can do it.
So, like I said, worst case example. And now in case that didn't sink in, I will show you a few more pictures that you can see of other examples. The other choices you have too, instead of texting and driving. You can say goodbye. You get in the car, you're talking to someone, say goodbye, I'm texting. And if they really question why, you'd be like, I'm not trying to die today. I'll talk to you in a little bit. You can pull over if it's that important to text them. Drive, pull into the median, pull off the side of the road, pull in a parking lot, send a quick text message, send a few depending on how much you want to say, and then pull back onto the road and start driving again. Ford came out with a system called the Ford Sync, which is a head unit monitor that syncs your phone to your car so that with just the tap of a button on your monitor, you can call anybody, you can talk to the car, and which really decreases the amount of people texting. This shows that they really care about their customers because they want them to be safe too. The argument. Texting and driving is somewhat acceptable to some people because you can respond quickly. And you can also keep the conversation alive. If the person cares that much that you're talking to them and you take a little while to respond, you probably shouldn't be talking to that person because they obviously do not care about your safety. You need to show that you care about yourself and that you want to be safe so that you can continue talking to that person and be there for a very long time. You want to, some people say keep the conversation alive, like I previously just said. Being away for 20 minutes, depending on how far you're driving, is not entirely bad. You're not going to ruin the flow because the person knows that you still care about them because you're still going to text them back when you're not driving. The number. I was on a website the other day looking for some more facts, and I found this page. And it says that so far this year in the United States, there have been 276,110 accidents due to texting and driving. So you can be part of that group if you continue to text and drive, but I myself, since I do not text and drive, will not be part of that group. And that does not mean that you just get in a little nick, you can probably die, like I stated at the beginning of my speech. And you should care more about your life than to send a little text message that doesn't mean much at all. So remember, be smart, be responsible, make good choices. Do not be the one to take away someone's life, because in the end, you're going to end up regretting it and knowing that you are still here on earth living the life that you are living when someone else should be living their life and they're in heaven not living their life because you decided to send a inappropriate text or something that is not necessary. But most importantly, you should not want to be part of the number that I previously showed you because you should care about your life more than a text message.